Greetings of love, peace, health, happiness, and prosperity. What's up, beloved? This is Dr. Akila. Coming to you with a very informative and educational stream today. We're going to have weight loss for beginners. And I know this subject like the back of my hand. I have actually been doing this, oh my God, all my life. So you all know that there's sometimes we slip up. And we gain weight. When you know this knowledge the way I do, it's easy to implement it back into your life. And I can say I can count on 3 fingers, 3 times I have gotten myself to the point where I was, this is called it what it is, fat. I got fat. And the thing about it is to have self-awareness. And I am very self-aware. And I have friends that keep me self-aware as well. So I keep people around me that's very honest with me. I don't have fake friends, and I don't have people to tell me sweet, sweet lies. Okay. So if I gain weight, they'll tell me. I'll never forget when I came back from Germany in 2016. And my best friend picked me up at the airport. Now my normal weight is anywhere between 170 and 175. I got off the plane at 245, okay, 245 pounds. And when she looked at me, she said, "Good gosh, girl, you must really be in love," and just let out this big laugh, right? And what she was saying was, "Girl, you got fat." And I said, "Yeah." And I looked at her and I said, yeah, I know. I gained weight. I will get it off. Because when you know what you did, and you have to be accountable for that, when you know what you did to get the weight, you know what you have to do to get it off. And so that's the first thing I want to teach you before we go into this very, very informative live stream, is that I want you all to first learn how to be accountable for your own actions, and also be self-aware. Be self-aware. Stop telling yourself lies. Stop listening to the stupidity of people on your Instagram and your Facebook and Twitter telling you lies like, "Oh, you're just fine." No. You have to be realistic in your head. So we're going to go over those things right now. And now, before I begin, I want to say that I still have my weight loss ebooks on Celestial Healing site. As you all know, I've retired from the wellness plan. I plan on coming back, but on certain terms, like they really need me back because the business has actually gone on just since I left, and I actually sold it to Mark. I was like, "Here, it's yours." I sold my Munich business to Hilda, and I sold the American business to Mark. And Hilda, she was already an established naturopath, or actually she's a medical doctor and a naturopath. It's a different thing over there in Germany. So she was able to make it work over there. But over here in America, I was the personality behind it. So therefore, it's not doing so good. So basically, we were still negotiating some terms. But as far as my books, you purchase this, 80% of that money comes to me because it's my book. And, of course, they're going to get a little percentage, which is only fair because it's hosting on their site. So that's that. So just remember, and if you want to get the link to these ebooks, especially the one that I've written called Weight Loss for Life, you need to think about this as a lifestyle. Beloved, you have to understand that this is not something you're going to just do for 3 weeks so you can fit into some jeans or whatever. This is for your life. And like I said earlier, when you realize this is something for your life, you'll keep doing it. You'll keep doing it. Even if you fall off, you'll get back on because you realize what you did wrong. Okay. So the link to purchase any of these books, especially the Weight Loss for Life, which includes everything. Okay. Your nutrition, fitness, everything. Okay. Is available on the website. The link is available in the description box. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get down to it. So weight loss tips and tricks for beginners. Now, before I actually get into the plans, I want to talk to you all about some tips and tricks because they have worked for me for years and years and years and years and years and years, and they will work for you. I promise you they will work for you. And if you're young, I would like to let you all know that you need to go ahead and instill this, program this in your mind, program this in your subconscious so that you understand that, hey, this is something I can have for the rest of my life. And it can keep you on this earth as far as health is concerned for a very, very long time. Not as long as you want, but for a very, very long time, because some people want to be vampires and live forever. Not possible. But you can still live here without suffering from any illnesses and disease and any pain. So that's what we're going to start off. So the first one I want you to do as far as the tips and tricks is the first thing I want you to do is get your head into the mission. I need you to get into the game. Now, some of you may never play sports. I did. But let me just explain to you what I mean by that from an athletic point of view. Get your head into the game is what I just changed to get your head into the mission. When you get your head into the mission, the first thing you want to do is like concentrate on the game. Like if you're an athlete, say I was a softball, basketball, volleyball, and I was also in the field events. So every time I had to concentrate on that particular game, I had to concentrate on what is my goal. So if I was doing basketball, I had to realize, okay, how many goals are you going to go for? How many blocks are you going to go for? Okay. How often do you want to see if you can get the ball away from people? Now, I'm very tall, so I always playing in the center. So I was always in the paint. But, basically I had different goals than the forward. Okay. So the person who was a forward, we had a different, or the point guard. The point guard is different goals than me because a point guard can do 3 shooters. Me, not so much. Okay. So you have to understand, what is your mission? Is your mission to become 20 pounds lighter or 50 pounds lighter, but also to get off of your blood pressure medication? Is your goal to fit into your wedding dress, but also maintain your weight and get your uterus right so that you can get pregnant and have your baby? What is your mission? This is your mission, okay? And you can always, once you accomplish that mission, you can have new missions, okay? All right, the next one is know that this is a lifestyle change. So let me tell you something about this. We have to eat better, not less. Eat better, not less. Once again, what I say? Eat better, not less. Some people think that they can have, I can have my cookies and I can have my Haagen-Dazs ice cream with, a couple of hot dogs. I just won't eat as much of them. No. I eat a lot of, I have to be honest with you. Here's a full disclaimer. I do the 1 meal a day. Okay. But I wasn't always doing a 1 meal a day. When I was in bodybuilding and the natural bodybuilding, and I was doing a lot of that, I think I did it for a good 7 years. Jeez, like time has flown. I think I did it for 7 years. I ate 6 meals a day, 6 very, very small meals. Now I have to say really 3 of them because maybe 4 meals, because 2 of those 4 meals were protein shakes. So I'm just being honest with you. So I ate a lot, but I ate a lot of quality foods. Also, when I stopped dealing with bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding and fitness, I just strictly got into just basically looking good. And so I cut it down from eating 6 to 7 small meals a day to just eating 3 meals a day. And I will have snacks. And I wasn't eating like small portions because I was eating living foods. So basically, I had as much smoothie as I want. I think I did a video where I showed you all that I would drink a huge, huge vegan protein shake. Okay, like the entire blender of it. And that's a lot for some people, but it wasn't for me because this is healing foods. Now, I wouldn't put a whole bunch of junk in there like some people put dark chocolate in there. That's stupid. I would never do that. But what I'm saying is that you have to understand that certain things that you can do is you eat better, not less. So you're not going to sit up here and eat bad foods, but you're just going to do it in small proportions. You should eat a lot of living foods, okay? All right, so let's go over to the next one here. And we're going to do is, no, wait, is this right? Right. So, hold on, guys. So here we go. The next one is be realistic. All right. Be realistic. My thing is when people want to, I'm kind of amazed when people, for example, let me just show you something right here. Like, when people think about their weight loss goals, all right, and they really don't take the time to be realistic. Some of you all are like, I'm going to lose 25 pounds a month. Really? Are you really? Now, here's the thing. If you are obese, like if you are 30, whoa, that was way off. If you are 300 or 400 pounds over your ideal weight, sure, I can see you losing 25 pounds a month, okay? Because if somebody just take care of your salt intake, you'll lose 30 pounds of water weight easily. I mean, easily, that'll be nothing. But to sit up here and say, if you're just like 30 pounds overweight and you think you're going to lose that in a month, that's just being unrealistic. And I need you all to be more realistic with your weight goals, okay? So please, 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 whatever you do, be realistic when it comes to your weight loss goals. Now, let me just also give you one more tip on being realistic. Now, when I was overweight, I got on the scale and I found out that I was like, okay, this past episode, because I got out of the hospital, I had a bad staph infection, and it caused me to be hospitalized. Well, when I got out, I totally had to rebuild my immune system. And so I was eating, and not exercising, and I gained weight. Not that much, but I could tell for myself. So I gained like 30 pounds. No biggie for somebody my height. So I realized, okay, I need to lose the 30 pounds. What's the realistic goal? Well, the realistic goal is to lose 5 pounds a month. I know you all are saying, that's it? Yes, that's being realistic because I was only 30 pounds overweight. Now, did I lose more than that? Absolutely. The first month when I totally went back to what I was doing, okay, I lost 10 pounds that month. But then the next month, I did lose 5. And then the other month after that, I lost 3. And we're going to talk about plateauing too, because that is definitely going to happen. I'm just be real, brace yourself. You will plateau when the weight start coming off, and you got to switch it up a little bit to see what you need to do to get that body to kick back into fat loss mode. But I did plateau, and then I got back into, I lost my other 5 pounds, and then now I am maintaining my weight. All right, here's another thing. You have to burn more calories than you consume. Now, this is what people don't realize like this. Check this out. Here is a calorie deficit. You are going to be in calorie deficit when you're losing weight. And guess what? You're going to be in calorie deficit when you are maintaining weight. Now, if you do a day where you just lose it, don't worry about it. It's okay. We will get back to that in a minute, but let me just show you how that works. So if you consume, now ladies, I don't see, unless you are a bodybuilder and you are a certain height, none of you all should be taking in 200 calories a day, okay? Some of you all are short in height, so I don't recommend this 2,000, but I had to find something that was to give, because I also do, I used to do a lot of fitness and bodybuilding consultation too. So I have this graph here from one of my old days when I was just basically doing those seminars. So like say, for instance, you're taking in 2,000 calories and you burn 250,000 calories. So then here it is, you have 500 calories that are stored that will be burned from fat and muscle both. Okay. So if you was to switch this around and you have now you taking in 2,500 calories, but you're only burning 2,000, well, 500 of that calories is going to what? Fat. You have to take in less calories than you burn out. So basically, if you're going to burn out about 3,000 calories in this using this graph, you're going to basically have burn off 1,000 calories. Here's something else I don't want you all to do. Please don't do this, okay? Don't go and eat. Let's say you did a good breakfast, you did a good lunch, and all of a sudden you had some Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And then you tell yourself this lie. Oh, I'll go to the gym and burn it off. No. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Don't sit up here and say that if you take in 3,000 calories, you're going to burn. So you're going to spend 2 hours on the treadmill. Okay, and then you're just going to drink nothing but water that day? That is crazy. Don't do that, beloved. You're setting yourself up for sabotage. You're easily setting yourself up for sabotage. And I don't think that should be realistic. I am against that. And I just laugh when I used to be really, really heavy into the gym. And I hear people like, well, girl, we had some McDonald's. We're going to have to be on the cardio for 2 hours. I hate to break it to you, but you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You should only devote no more an hour per cardio session. Okay? If you stay more than that, you're going to be famished and you're going to set yourself up to binge eat. You're going to wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because you are going to be so hungry it's going to hurt your stomach. Those hunger pains are nothing to play with only because you stood up there and decided you was going to spend 2 hours on the treadmill or you was going to do 2 aerobic class back to back. That's crazy. That's just, you guys making this too hard. It's not, it doesn't have to be that hard. So remember, and I'll talk about what happens if you fall off. We'll talk about that. But what I'm saying is you got to stay consistent. You got to stay consistent. If you're eating this for breakfast and you got your breakfast plan, which we'll go into that in a minute, you need to stay according to your plan. Okay. So that's something I want you to take into consideration. So the next one is to keep it slow and steady. All right. Listen, it is not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint game. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. You see this picture? I picked this picture because, first of all, I think it's a beautiful photo. But let's look at everything in this picture. Here you have a person. I don't know if this is a man or woman. I'm not sure. But they're on a road, and the road is long. Isn't this how life is with your goals? Now, this person could be going to a house over the mountain. But you can't see the house, can you? No. But you know if you keep straight, you'll eventually get there. Now, some people have cars, as you can see on this road. Some people have cars. Other people have bicycles. But it's okay if you can walk there. Because slow and steady will win. What they say, the turtle will win the race. You know what I'm saying? Slow and steady will get you there faster. I know that sounds backwards, but it's not. So don't look for quick fixes, because I haven't yet to see anybody take a quick fix and then they are that way for a while. Let's talk about the whole surgery of gastric bypass surgeries and the surgeries of filling your stomach in. Those things are unhealthy. And a lot of people thought that was a fast way of getting weight loss. Oh yeah, they did lose weight. Don't get me wrong. They did lose weight. But what happened in the end? They eventually stretched their stomach out after they had their stomach cut in the size of a fist. And understand, your stomach is a muscle. Your stomach is a muscle. Your stomach is a muscle. It can expand and contract. And even if you surgically spend all that money to get it cut into a fist, it will eventually expand over time when that person starts to force themselves to eat. Now, granted, in the first year, oh yeah, maybe not even that, but I have seen this several times with female friends of mine who have gotten their stomach they got that gastro bypass surgery. They had their stomachs cut off into a fist. And yes, they could eat only like a baby plate of food, and they lost a lot of weight. They had to get the surgery to get the extra skin removed. And then what happened a year later? They start to slowly gain the weight back. But why? Because they slowly expanded the stomach out to its original shape. And then basically they started to overeat, and of course that extra calories that they were not burning off, it turned to fat. When you look at this road right here, you have to think to yourself, I want to lose, let's say for instance if you're over 100 pounds. So let's say if you're over 120 pounds, okay? I need you to get it into your head right now that this is not a quick fix, that you will eventually get there. Maybe you shouldn't even set a timeline, or you can be really realistic and say, in a year, okay, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. That is very doable if you are over 100 pounds overweight. I promise you, it is very doable. And you leave yourself room to even mess up a here and there, okay? But understand that this is a long road. You should never put goals where right now we're in the month of March. You're 150 pounds overweight, or even 125 pounds overweight, and you have a wedding dress that you purposely purchased two sizes smaller than what you are right now, dude. No, and your wedding is in June. Is that really is that realistic? No, that's not realistic, and that's not slow and steady. You have to be slow and steady when you're coming to the point of losing weight. So my thing is that for beginners, I need you to get this into your mind now, and don't be like other people who did the shortcuts. They did these quick cuts. They did these supplements that make them go to the bathroom all over the place every day, all day. Okay, they go through starving themselves. No, understand it's a slow lifestyle change and based upon realistic goals. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so the next tips and tricks is that don't equate your progress to others. The worst thing about Instagram and Twitter is they're so unrealistic. And Facebook, let me tell you something about social media. Social media is full of posers and fakers, and thank God for Photoshop, okay? Thank God for Photoshop, because do you understand with see, I'm not on Instagram, by the way, but I have seen some pictures on Instagram from fitness individuals, and I'm like, they don't look, because I know some of these people in real life, and I say, these people don't look like that in real life. And then that's when, some of my friends would say, well, no, they got filters on the Instagram, so it can make your skin look flawless. It can actually curve your body, give you that hourglass figure. I was like, say what? Really? And then you have that on top of Photoshop, where Photoshop can make somebody who has an average body look like either an Adonis or a goddess. And that's just crazy. So when you're on Instagram, understand that a lot of times people are showing you their side and it could not necessarily look like that. But however, their body is different than yours. Their body is different than yours, okay? Because I'm extremely tall. Because I'm very extremely tall by default. Ever since I started to grow abnormally as a little girl, I never looked at other people and said, "Oh, my body can be like theirs." Why? Because I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3" tall. Who am I going to look at on Instagram and go, "Oh yeah, I can get that body"? No, you rarely see tall women, especially tall Black women, on social media. And you have to understand that everybody else have a journey. A lot of times when people have always been skinny all their lives, and then when the metabolism slowly start to slow down, they're able to gain a little bit weight, and then all of a sudden they start getting into the gym. For the men, they start taking any kind of body enhancement drugs that are going to basically give them an advantage in the weights in the weight room or in the gym than others. Okay, and like I said, Photoshop is something else. You can't sit up here and look at other people's things and say, "Wow, that person lost a lot of weight." Also, people lie. I know that is shocking, isn't it? People will get on these social media and said, "Oh my God, I lost 30 pounds and I ate anything and I ate everything and anything I want." You liar. They are lying. Okay? Lies. And what amazes me, like I said, what's amazing to me is how a lot of these stupid people are jumping on fads. So now the new fads is the carnivore diet. And you see girls, oh my God, ladies, this is the worst thing you can do to your body. I'm serious, especially if you have hormone imbalance, is to get on this carnivore diet. Okay? And I'm not saying that because, I'm a vegan, but the thing about it is that what these people are saying, "I lost 35 pounds in 1 month and all I had was bacon and eggs for breakfast and I had a nice hamburger with no bread for lunch." And I'm like, just listening to them lie, even though I know it's a lie, it just turns my stomach. It makes me very upset. No, that's not the keto. The keto includes vegetables. The carnivore diet includes nothing but meat. Okay? The keto is not, I don't want you guys to confuse keto with carnivore. The carnivore diet is just that. Meat. That's all they're acting like carnivorous animals. If a lion, you'll never see a lion eat grass except when it's sick. Okay? Other than that, if it's not sick, it's eating nothing but the guts and the body parts of the deer and the elk and whatever it killed, okay, and lap up the blood. That's what a real carnivore does. And so that's what these other people are saying. The reason why we're eating, the reason why a lot of people are fat is because you're not eating bread and because they're eating fruit, vegetables, or whatever. No, that carnivore diet, our body is not meant to be carnivorous. I wrote a thesis. No, not a thesis. A dissertation on that. So no. I wrote a thesis. My dissertation was on veganism for the physical and emotional mind. I wrote a thesis on how we're not created to be carnivores. So you have to understand, people lie. Okay, they sit up here and say, "Girl, I eat anything I want. You just gotta eat less of it," and you think that that's gonna apply to you. Please, whatever you do, don't listen to these lies. They're just nothing but lies to set. And of course, get ready. When somebody starts lying to you like that, get ready for them to try to sell you something, because that's what it is. But you know what's so unfortunate? A lot of people want to believe in lies than actually, believe in the truth. And this is the reason why a lot of people are jaded now in reference to weight loss, in reference to holistic health, is because they have been burned by so many people, tricksters, con artists, actually selling them a bag of tricks. That's the reason why I got mad and I just left, because no one was listening to me when I said, listen, look at all these testimonies I have. Listen, look at all these people raving about my knowledge and the things I've done for them, especially the women when it comes to fibroid tumors. But I'm not going to lie to you, this requires work. And because they said, I'm going to eat what I'm going to want to eat. I'm still going to drink my coffee. I'm still going to take my birth control pills. Such a laughable thing. And I'm going to shrink my fibroids. Okay? Because Dr. Blah, blah, blah said I could do it. And she has testimonies too. I said, okay. You like lies? Well, let me get the hell out of this game, because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm the one who's about the truth. And then what happened? You got bamboozled, run amok. Plymouth Rock fell right on your head. And now look at what everybody. People died. Women who I said they wasn't going to get pregnant if they did not follow my program didn't get pregnant. People who, unfortunately, some people who have been trying to lose weight and they think they can do what they want to do to listen to somebody else, they're still obese. And you know what? I have no problem saying I told you so. So here we go. Next one. If you fall off, get back on. This is my favorite right here. You remember when we were little kids? Well, you probably don't. But when my godchildren were young, they would love to try to follow me, because crawling, and I would forget they were behind me. They would crawl, and of course I'm too fast because my long legs, and I would forget they were behind me. But when they started, that made them even eager to walk. And if you ever seen a child try to walk, they will stand up. It will take some time for them to stand up. They will wobble and they will walk, and then they'll fall back down. Now, what I'm against is when a child fall, you don't make a big deal out of it. As a matter of fact, you just say, get up. You just brush it off, get it up. That's how we should treat ourselves. When you fall down, don't stand there and go, I ate that chocolate cake. Oh my God, I ate that pizza. No, okay, you ate the pizza. You ate the chocolate cake. Get up and get back on the horse. Get back on to walk. Get back to walking. You're not going to sit down and if we sat still and cried when we fell and stayed there, none of us will be able to walk. None of us will be able to walk. You have to think back to your childhood. You didn't go, and sometimes you got to laugh it off. Okay, if you end up, you was doing real good, and you went to somebody's party that you wasn't supposed to go to because you didn't eat before you got there. So you're just trying to get there to get their presents, and you want to hurry up and get in there. So you get into their party, okay, and all of a sudden you see that delicious birthday cake, and they're like, "You want some birthday cake, girl?" You don't want to be like, nah, girl, I'm eating that diet. You know what I'm saying? You get, okay, just a little bit. You get just a little piece. So you get a little piece. Then you get another little piece. Then you add some ice cream to the third little piece. Okay? Then you're like, boy, I sure need something to wash this down. Then you get some soda. Next thing you know, you triggered those sugars that you suppressed in your body, and now you are eating up a storm. You wake up in the morning, you feel like doo. Now, do you sit up there and beat yourself up? Do you sit up there and cry and you don't get out of bed? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You go, you look in the mirror, and to me, I would take it into a joking. I would joke about it. I would go into the mirror and go, girl, you done showed your ass last night. Ah! You know what you ate. Did you see what you ate? You ate all that birthday cake. They ate that birthday cake. And I would just grab my belly fat and I would go, ha ha ha. Was it good? Yeah, good to my tummy. Well, honey, girlfriend, we ain't gonna do that no more. I would just laugh it off. Okay? Shake it off, brush it off your shoulders, and go back to eating like you're supposed to. Go back to eating like you're supposed to. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's okay if you fell off the wagon. What people do is they fall off the wagon and then go, ugh, well, I done messed up. Might as well just keep on messing up. And then they continue to eat bad. Okay? They continue to eat bad. No, no, and no. You don't do that. You don't do that. You have to understand that you're going to come to pitfalls in your lifestyle journey. I started this stream by telling you, out of all the years I have been doing this and living this as a lifestyle, I fell off the wagon 3 times. One of those times, you might as well say that for me to gain in 2016, and I've basically, no, was that 2016? I'm sorry, guys. That date is wrong. That's 2015. That's 2015 I gained all that weight. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. But for me to gain that much weight, and that was the heaviest I ever been, 245 pounds. I have the pictures on my old blog that's still up on WordPress. So if you ever want to see those before and after pictures, you can. And I did take progress pictures because I wanted to show people, like, this is my lifestyle. I fell off. So when I started this stream, I said I fell off the wagon 3 times. But what did I do? I was self-aware. I took accountability and I got back into what works. And now it's time for me to teach you what works. So those are the tips and tricks I want to teach you in reference to weight loss. Once again, let's go over it in order. Get your head into the mission. You got to know that this is something that you're going to go for the long haul. All right. It's a marathon, not a sprint race. Second, know that this is a lifestyle change. You're not doing this for a couple of months. You're not doing this for until you can fit into that wedding dress, or you can fit into those jeans, or until, you come off your cruise. No, this is for life. If you are here just to get a quick weight loss so that you can go back to your nasty, unhealthy eating habits, I'm sorry, this stream is not for you. Number 3, be realistic. You have to have realistic goals. You have to understand that this is not a quick fix, and you have to understand that you're going to take it to the point where you are training your mind, training your body, training your taste buds to keep you on this earth disease-free, drug and disease-free, so you don't have to worry about messing. And if you do mess up, you know what I'm saying, like I did last year, and it lands you in a hospital, just have self-reflection. If the nurse ain't over there trying to take more blood from you, oh, vampires, I can't stand. Boy, I'm not going to get on a rant about hospitals. Let me just tell you, I don't know how anybody can be a hypochondriac to sit up here and like hospitals. I hate them. Anyway, that'd be my last time doing that too. I suffer so bad. I would never. This is the reason why I'm getting back into my holistic business, because that's like, this right here had to show me that you have to go to the low. You have to go very low before you can start climbing back up high. All right. Burn more calories than you consume. Okay. If you consume 1,500 calories, okay, burn 2,000. And that's easy peasy, burning 2,000. Okay. Number, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, keep it slow and steady. Keep it slow and steady. All right. Number 6, don't equate your progress with others. Stop looking at other people lying about how they lost weight and lying how they keep weight off, and think, well, why can't I do that? Also, here's something most important. Ladies, listen to me. Ladies only. Do not measure your progress to men. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. You will find yourself depressed. Because let me tell you something. Men are built, believe it or not, to lose weight faster than us because they have this hormone called testosterone. We have an abundance of hormone that's called estrogen. You have to understand, men lose weight differently and faster than women. So if you have a boyfriend or you have a husband or you live with your brother or you have a male best friend and you both are equally overweight, you're both are 40 pounds or 50 pounds overweight, guess what? You and him going to eat the same, exercise the same. He's going to lose weight faster than you. Don't let that discourage you. Understand that he is a man, you are a woman, his body is different than yours, and therefore it's going to respond differently. So don't sit up here and let that discourage you to the point where you just give up completely. So that's another thing, and a lot of women do that too. Okay, you can't do that. Women are created differently than women. That's how it is. Okay, and last but not least, if you fall off the wagon, get back up. If you end up eating something bad the day before, then the next day, get back up to what you're doing. Okay, just get back to what you were doing as if it never happened. The thing about it is, you can make a joke about it, you can sit up here and reflect on it, but you have to understand. Okay, also another thing you can do is you realize that you went to that birthday party and you couldn't help but turn down that cake. Well, you realize that you just have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, I am in a position where I can't turn down food that's offered to me by my friends. I am in a position where I can't go out with my friends and eat sensible food. So guess what? I'm not going to go. It's okay to say the word no. By the way, the word no is a complete sentence. It's a complete sentence. You can say no and you ain't got to give no explanation. Now, if they ask you why, just be honest. That's another thing. I don't understand why we have to fake the funk so much. Just say, listen, I don't have any self-control. You guys, to sit up there and watch you all eat all that junk and knowing I have to eat something healthy, that makes me feel out of place. I don't feel like I belong. Saying y'all could possibly tease me. And that's not only that, I just don't have the willpower. I don't have the willpower to do it. Okay. They should be able to understand if they really your friends. If they don't understand, get rid of them because they're not your friends. Okay? All right. So now let's go over to basically the weight loss in itself. So here we go. Weight loss tips and tricks for beginners. Accountability partner. You must have an accountability partner. Okay? Now, don't pick your mama or somebody who's going to be easy on you as your accountability partner. You know why I got so much results when it came to women getting pregnant, women having babies, women getting their fibroids, their overall health back, to become fertile, and most of all, to lose weight and to get off their medications. You know why I had such an impeccable track record? Because I don't play with you. I'm not here to be your friend. You hired me, when I was in business. Right now, not. When they hired me to keep you accountable. And if you came to me with your drama, you got your feelings hurt because I told you straight up, I'm not doing that with you. You should have known, right in the beginning that here's what I'm not going to put up with. You can't eat red meat on my program. But my husband owns a butchery. That's not my problem. He owns a meat shop. That's not my problem. Well, we have all you can eat at the steak. That's not my problem. You came to me for results. I'm going to give you results. And so you either have to lie to me, or if you tell me that what you did, then I'm going to tell you to stop wasting my time and I will get rid of you as a client. There's a lot of butthurt people out there who don't like Dr. Akilah because they decided to do what they want to do and want to come and tell me about it. And then I gave them their money back and said, don't come to me anymore. You need a babysitter. You don't need no naturopath. And so you need that type, the way I am, the way I was with my clients, you need to be that way with people who need you to keep them accountable. Now, are you mature enough to be held accountable? That's the most important thing. We are in this baby stage, no, this snowflake era where people don't want to be held accountable. It's, oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, hate speech. Oh my God, I don't like this. Oh, I need my safe space. I'm like, oh my God, these people are crazy. And you don't want to be held accountable, because your skin is so thin and you want to be told the lies. Like, why do we have a fat acceptance movement? Why do we have that, beloved? Okay, it's like, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand some people are going to be overweight. But when I look at the fat acceptance movement, I see someone who's 300 pounds overweight. That's not fat, that's obese. And how come no one is in that person's life to keep them accountable? Now, there's several ways to have an accountability partner or to keep others to keep you accountable. Now, I'm facing this too when I had asked a group of that I'm in with my political business. I say, hey, y'all keep me accountable for using profanity. They let me get away with it. And the thing about it is that I have to keep myself accountable. So therefore, sometimes you're going to have people that you ask to keep you accountable and they just let you just get away with stuff. And you have to sit up here and find somebody who's like a drill sergeant. The thing about it is that when you find someone, you have to say, who is strict to keep me accountable? Now, you ready for this? Put some money on it. If you think, now you have to not be from a lot of money. Now, if you have a lot of money in the bank, this part is not going to matter. But I told someone to do this and it worked perfectly. And they don't have a lot of money in the bank. I said, listen, find somebody who has money that's in your life. And they knew a lot of people that had money in their life. I said, listen, tell them, hey, my goal is to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. That's what this young lady did. I need to lose 20 pounds in 2 months. And she found someone to be her accountability partner. And here's the thing. She put $100 down and he put $200 down. And this is what he said. He said, not only will I take, if you do not lose the 20 pounds in 2 months, but not only that, but if you do not do this, and this is a very attainable goal, not only do I get that $300, which is 200 of his and 100 of hers, which is held in somebody else's account, which is what you call an escrow. You have to have somebody neutral to keep his money and your money, so there's no cheating involved. Okay, but basically, he was saying that if she lose, okay, all right, in the future, if she comes in a financial bind, he cannot be accessible anymore, because this has happened where she had to quickly get $500 and she paid him back immediately. So she never burned that bridge with him. But he said, if you lose, you can never use me as your safety net financially. And that hurt more than her losing that $100. She didn't lose the $100. She actually got that money. But that would hurt her more than losing that $100. And what she had that, not only did she have an accountability partner, but she had that strict motivation to definitely not gain any weight and to lose that 20 pounds in 2 months. And she was, like I said, it was really, really easy for her because she was like, I think she was like well over 100 pounds. So the more you weigh, the easier it is, the more pounds you can lose. So keep that in mind too. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You can't measure your health based upon other people. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, where am I? I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. All right. Here we go. Make a meal plan. All right. Now, this is where we get into a whole lot of confusion for beginners. Listen to me, okay? Make a meal plan. I am going to tell you to pick a meal plan and stick with it, except for unhealthy meal plans like a what? Carnivore diet. If you're going to do a keto diet, I ask that you just leave red meat alone. Leave it alone. If you're going to do a paleo, I think that I heard somebody pronounce it not incorrectly. So if you're going to do a paleo or paleo diet, if you're going to do intermittent fasting, if you're going to do vegan, if you're going to do vegetarian, okay, you're just going to eat nothing but fish. Stick to it. Now, what do? You have to understand that you have to write it out. I want you all to start writing things out anyway, because don't type it. Let me explain to you the science of having a pen and paper. The reason why I'm back here now is because I kept saying in my head, I don't have the time. But what I did was I took a notebook and I opened it up and I put in my time schedule. And I took a pen and I started to write down the time I went to bed. Now you need to do this with weight loss too, okay? The time I went to bed, the time I woke up, the time the time I work, and then the other free time. And I started to write down the time I ate, and I wrote all of that down. The time I exercised, the time I could exercise, all of that down. And then I realized, hey, Sundays are completely free. You can do live streams on Sunday, okay? And here's something else. You can also, if you have some time, you guys noticed that live stream I did at 1 o'clock in the morning? I was up, I felt like doing it, and I did it. Now, you have to write down your times that you can eat based upon the healthy diet you can stick to. So if you understand that, okay, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to have my lemon water or regular water. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to take a bath or take a shower or whatever. And I know between 7 and 7:30 is when I can eat. Stick to that. Now, not only is that the time you know you can eat, but you write down what you eat. And I'll talk about a journal in a minute. But also, yes, lime water is definitely okay. Lemon and lime are cousins. Actually, lime is actually slightly more nutritious than lemon, but people like lemon tastes better, but they're very good. Okay, so you're going to have that, your sensible snack. What time you're going to have that? I'm starting to get away from snacking, guys, unless you are someone who knows you overeating. That's the only time I'm going to co-sign snacking. But other than that, I'm not gonna be on the side of snacking if you're not the type of person to overeat. So you don't have to eat a snack if you don't want to. Then for your lunch you have that time, and then of course for your dinner, and also if you're gonna snack after that. I also want you guys to practice the art of not eating late at night. When the sun is down, your metabolism is running down. So I need you to understand that this is the time you should not be eating a huge meal. So have that in mind. So remember that when you make a meal plan, you need to also write down the type of foods you're going to eat, what time you're going to eat it, and stick to it. If you are pressed for time when it comes to certain foods that you can only eat, then make it the night before. Set a time in your schedule to make your meals the night before. You guys know when I was struggling and when I was going through school, naturopathic school back in the 90s, right when I got out of policing, do you know that I would cook I was hurting for money so bad. Woo, humble times. I was hurting for money. And you know what I did? I would go get me some navy beans. Remember I told you, I said that's my second bean. My second favorite bean is navy bean. Black bean was too expensive, honey. I got to get the navy bean. I would get navy bean, and I would soak them, and then of course, filter them out, get the little skin stuff off of them, and then I would have navy bean soup. I would put the tomato paste in there, onions, tomatoes, maybe some okra, maybe not, and I will cook a big pot of it. Okay. And I was always have bread, because bread is not expensive either. I would have my wheat bread, and I would eat that for lunch and for dinner for the entire week. Because for morning time, I had my oatmeal, and I would just freeze it. What I would do is I would cook a huge pot of it. And then once it was done, I would get my Tupperware, and I would put the bowl, I would fill the bowls up, and I would freeze it. And then when it was time to eat it, I would take it out of the refrigerator the night before, and then it was thaw overnight, and then I would just heat it up. Okay? I am the type of person who can eat the same thing every day, all day. So in the morning, I knew I had my lunch, my breakfast, which was my oatmeal, and I knew lunch was going to be my navy bean soup, and dinner was going to be my navy bean soup, because I was working 2 jobs at that time, and I was, also going to school. So I did it. I did it the night before, on the Sunday, and I would always heat up my bowls. I am not telling you to do that. I'm just saying back then I will pow, okay? Going through that. And so therefore I had to do what I had to do. But it saved me a lot of time. So you can make your meals 2 days ahead of time and freeze them, or you can make them the day before, and then you already have them packed, so you don't have to step here and say, oh my God, what am I going to eat? You can have your lunch and your dinner and your snacks packed up neatly in your tiny little plastic cooler. Okay. All right, so let's go get on over there. So that's just the easy way of doing the making the meal plan. All right, create a fitness schedule. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I know I was going to talk about weight loss. Yeah, I know I was going to talk about fitness and weight loss. Listen, I am never on the side of just change your diet and that's it. Okay. Yes, if you are obese, absolutely focus on changing your diet. But when you're somebody like me, and you will plateau as you get older, I'm sorry, but that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You will plateau. When you plateau, you have to have fitness in there. Now, here's a question. What kind of fitness are you going to do? Are you going to be at home, or are you going to work in the gym? All right, let's talk about the gym here, okay? I love the gym. Love it, love it, love it. But guess what? I have put myself in this situation. Nobody's to blame but me. I am totally at fault. Full accountability right here. I have put myself in the gym, put myself into the situation where I can't live in the gym the way I want to. And because of that, I have neglected my, not anymore though, my stamina and everything like that. So what I did was I had to be realistic. I said, don't stop paying your gym membership. This is my rules, okay? No matter what, you keep that gym membership. What you're going to be back. Just understand that you are wasting money on something you're not using. So what I did was I purchased a treadmill off of Craigslist. It was a steal. The people who were, it's a nice treadmill too. People who were selling it for $50, a treadmill that they purchased. Are you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all gonna be envy. Ooh, they purchased this treadmill for $1,200. $1,200. And they had to move and move quick. Now, why did they have to move and move quick? I don't know. I didn't get in their business. But they were like, must go today. Now, I've been looking on Craigslist during that time for a couple of days to see who had the best deals. And that thing came up immediately, said, must go today. best offer. And I sent them an email and said, $50. And they go, if you can get it within an hour, if not, $500. I said, wait a minute. Can I call you and talk about this? And so I called them. I said, you're saying if I can come get that within an hour, you're going to give me this beautiful treadmill for $50? And he was like, you got an hour starting today, Missy. Would you like my address? Now, y'all know I got rid of my truck. I used to have a pickup truck. I got rid of that sucker. Now, I had to call somebody that actually I still owe over favor to. But I had to sweeten the deal by giving him 25. I ended up paying $75 because I had to pay him $25 to have him stop what he was doing so we can go get that treadmill. I was like, look, I'll give you $25 gas money. All right. And I said, and when he got up there, it was just a little further than we thought. He started complaining. I said, okay, I'll buy you lunch. So that was no big deal because I had a Panera gift card, so that didn't cost me anything. Somebody gave me that. Anyway, so I got the treadmill. Now, why did I get the treadmill? So I got that treadmill for $50. Boom, it was mine. It's beautifully sitting in that living room. Now, here's the thing. I got the treadmill because I said I am not at the gym, but I'm going to get into the gym. But I need to do something now. So I started to just do slowly but surely. Listen to me, beloved. I didn't start off doing an hour. I lost a lot of my wind back then. So what I did, I said, I'll do 30 minutes. I'll just do 30 minutes and I'll slowly get up to an hour. And that's just what I did. I got on the treadmill. I didn't pump it up. I was just doing a brief walk. Okay. I was sweating. I was puffing and huffing and puffing. And I slowly got up to my stamina to where I can move it up to 45 minutes. And then I got to an hour. And now I'm back at an hour now. I did it this morning. Okay. When I woke up. I automatically train my body to get on that treadmill for an hour. Now, guess what? I got into the gym a couple of weeks ago for the first time in months. My keys still work. It's really a plastic key that you get scanned. And I was back into the gym and I was on that treadmill and I started to include the weights. I couldn't work out as long as I want to, but at least I worked out 30 minutes on the weights and an hour on the treadmill. So I normally, y'all ready for this? I normally spend 3 to 4 hours back in the day in the gym. I lived in the gym. I was a gym rat. Now, was I working out those 4 hours? No. I was doing an hour cardio, an hour and a half of weightlifting, and the rest of it was in the sauna and steam room and then taking a shower and then just really just chilling out. That's an entire 4 hours. I don't have that life anymore. So the only thing is I had to take my priority. What's my priority right now is not building muscle anymore. I'll get to that later on in my life, but right now it's just to get that cardio in there. And so that's why I got the gym. And I never stopped. I never got rid of my gym membership because in my mind I was saying I'm going to go back to the gym. Now, some of you are probably thinking to yourself, I don't like the gym. I am not a gym person. So what do I do in that case? Okay, then you work at home. But you have to be realistic because here's the thing. When you're working out at home, there's a lot of distractions in your house. Even for me working here, I know that my quiet time is either very late at night or early. And I'm talking about that EARRRRRLY, early in the morning, where I don't have to worry about the phone ringing. I don't have to worry about anybody, coming over to drop me off any packages or whatever. It's early. It's kind of like it's a serenity of peacefulness. And therefore I can work out there and I just do it. I don't do a full workout here. I hate that, but I can do cardio. Some of you can probably watch an exercise tape on your laptop or on your TV and from your DVDs, and you can do some kind of cardio or workout regimen from there. If you are the person who, if you are the type of person who can work out of your home, then go for it. But there's so much distractions in your house. I'm against it. When you get out of your house, now me, I don't have any kids. I don't have any animals anymore. Like when my cat died, I didn't get another one until I decided I'm going to move. So I don't have anything distracting me. I'm here. My phone is put on silence and it's left on my desk. And I get in there and I go on there on the treadmill. It's just an hour. It's just an hour. So I don't have any problems with people distracting me in the house. But if I did have people distracting me, because like when I move, guys, when I move, I'll get back into a relationship and everything like that, and so I will probably have those distractions, but I'll still have the gym. So when you have distractions in your home, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to go to the gym. You're just gonna have to go to the gym because there's no distractions there, unless you're the distraction and you're the type of person who likes to talk. I hate those type of people when you go to the gym and they want to talk to you while you're working out. That's why I love to wear earbuds. Earbuds put in my ear says, do not talk to me unless it's an emergency. But when you don't have earbuds, people can just come on and have a strike a conversation with you. I'm not going to the gym to have a conversation. I'm not there to be your friend. I'm there to get my workout on. Now, if you want to talk to me while I'm on the treadmill, which I don't like that either. I like to be left alone. But you could be the chatty catty. Then go chatty catty on the treadmill. Okay? By the way, that's very healthy when you're breathing out, talking as you're walking like that. The more breath you take into your body, the more fat you're losing. So that's that. But you got to understand, like, be more realistic about your goals in your house. If you're going to work out in the gym, if you're going to work out in the house, understand, know you, know thyself, know thyself. Are you the type of person who can really do a full workout in the gym? Now, do what I did. If you're not the type of person to work out, don't go full blast in the gym. Start off with 30 minutes. Then add on 15 minutes until you get to an hour. And if you're the type of person who want to deal with weights, then start off with your cardio, or you can end with your cardio if you're trying to bodybuild. If you're trying to build up muscle, then you can do the cardio. If you're trying to build muscle, save your cardio for the last thing after you do your weightlifting. And then you can warm up on the treadmill for 15 minutes and then get into the weights. I always use weights to warm up my body. I never used the cardio machine. So I would, when I was building muscles, I would use the weights, for an hour and a half, and then I would get on the treadmill or the Stairmaster or the bicycle. Okay, to I had to itch my eye, scratch my eye, to actually get that cardio in. I don't recommend no more than, for beginners. Listen to me, beginners. Don't do 30 to an hour of cardio. Do you understand? 30 minutes to an hour. Don't go over that for beginners. We'll get into an advance as we move along. Okay. So there you have it. So that's that for if you are, what's going on? Here we go. So that's it if you're going to do the gym, which I'm for, and at home. All right. So the next one we're dealing with is body progress measuring tools. This is so important. Okay. Let me tell you why this is important. Let's talk about the scale. Okay. The scale is your enemy and your friends. And you want to hear something? You ready? Don't have the scale as your only measure of weight loss. I keep 3 things, and I'm going to teach you the 3 things I keep in my home that help me with measuring weight loss. I can tell through scales and through measuring, and also through your clothes. Now let's talk about the scale first. The scale. When is the best time to get on the scale? And should you get on the scale every day? All right. The last question is, should you get on the scale every day? Is no. Unless you are bodybuilding, then you can do the scale in the morning. But I am against going in the scale first thing in the morning every day. Okay. If you are losing weight and you're not in a fitness competition, you're not in a bodybuilding competition, this is what you do. Always weigh yourself on a Sunday. When you wake up in the morning, write it down. Then weigh yourself again on Wednesday. Okay? In the morning, write it down. Then you do it on Friday. In the morning, write it down. Okay? That's how you do it for beginners. Now, like I said, when I was competing, I have 3 different types of scales in my home. I have a digital scale. I have a scale like this. I don't know if would you call that an analog? I'm not sure which kind of scale you call this one, but it's with the red line and it just points to it. And then I have the medical scale, okay, that I got from my wellness center. I have that in because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to gauge myself. But that's somebody who's just going a little tedious. I don't recommend that for you guys. But weigh yourself 3 times a week. Write it down, or weigh yourself every Sunday early in the morning. Write it down. But for me, I recommend so you can keep yourself. You can see if you're overdoing something, if you're underdoing something. I say do it 3 times a week because say for instance, you weigh yourself and you're like, we're just playing with numbers here, 150, okay? And before that you were 158. So, 153. So now you went down to 150. So now come Wednesday, you at 151. That's strange. What's going on? Why are you going? You have to think to yourself, why am I 1 pound more? So you have to go back and look at your diet, which we'll talk about the journal in a minute. You go back and look at what you did that made you go up 1 pound. You adjust that and see if you corrected that on Friday. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense for everybody. All right. Clothes. I never get rid of my old clothes because I have, and this is something we're dealing with your mindset. I don't, unless they're out of style. Now, if it's clothes, it's like you're never gonna wear because they're like terrible style. Okay, then of course I'll go ahead and donate those clothes. But when it comes to jeans, because a lot of my jeans, actually every jeans I have been custom made. I can always tell when I'm gaining weight or if I lost too much weight. There was one time when I was building muscle, I lost a whole lot of weight, okay? And I couldn't fit my jeans anymore. But then in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to get that weight back because I wasn't going to stay into competition that long. But you can always tell how you feel based upon your clothes. You can always measure your weight loss progress by your clothes. So say, for instance, you're away and you don't have a scale and you don't have your measuring tape. Well, guess what? Your clothes. How do you fit your clothes? I put on a t-shirt. I'll never forget this. I put on a t-shirt last year when I was gaining that weight, and that sucker got tight. And I said, whoa, this t-shirt is pretty tight on me. And then I go, uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Because see, let me tell you why I could use the t-shirt. Because I was wearing sweatpants. Sweatpants is the devil, honey. You can gain all kinds of weight and you don't even know it because you're wearing sweatpants. And I was wearing a whole lot of sweatpants, not because I gained weight, but because, I was lazy. It's so easy to put on sweatpants and they're so comfortable. You can just basically do anything you want in sweatpants. And I used to have a lot of I still have a lot of sweatpants, and that's why I couldn't tell how big I was getting because I wasn't wearing my jeans. But when I was put on my shirt got tight. And I was like, whoa, okay. I need to see how much weight I gained. And you know what the first thing I did? I tried to put on my jeans. Child, please. That sucker could barely go over my thighs, let alone my butt. I couldn't even get it on. So that's when I realized, okay, it's time to change. Another thing is through your measuring your body. I really, really like measuring my body. Let me show you, ladies and gentlemen, because just in case we have some guys who want to watch this, show you how to measure yourself. Okay. Ignore the forearm and wrist. Don't do that. The only way I would say you would measure your forearm and wrist is unless you have diabetes and high blood pressure and you are over 250 pounds. Do you understand? And I don't think a lot of us are that way. So if you're over 250 pounds and you have diabetes and blood pressure, then of course you're going to need to measure your forearm and your wrist. Otherwise, for the ladies, the 4 places you should measure, okay, are your arms. Actually, five. I just realized something. The bust is not there. Because your breast is filled with fat, you're going to want to measure your breast as well. So the 5 places you want to measure is your arms. Okay. Me, when I was bodybuilding, I would measure to see if it got big. I look so lanky. There's not that much. But for a tall person, my bicep wasn't going to get that big. But if you're overweight, you want to measure to see if it's gone down. Also measure your bust line for women, and then the waist right where your belly button is, and the hips. Now I'm pear shape. Okay, you have banana shape, you have apple shape, and you have pear shape. For those of you who are apple shape, you're going to definitely want to measure your upper body because your weight will collect there. Okay, for me, I'm a pear shape. You can always, my weight is in my hips, my butts, and my thighs, and also the lower part of my stomach. So you want to definitely measure your hips to see your progress. So also start it at your thighs. Those are, I actually, truth be told, I'm gonna tell you the first place I start when I measure myself, and I still measure myself to this day. Okay, I have 3 different measuring tapes, and they're all over the house. I measure my butt first immediately. I don't even go to my waist. I go to my butt, then I go to my waist and my arm, and then my thigh. Because why? My butt gets big. You know what I'm saying? I just woof, and I just, I basically measure that to make sure it's going down. For men, you want to measure your arm, your chest, and your waist. You don't have to worry about a big butt, but I'm starting to see, and I'm not being funny here, I'm starting to see men have feminine butts. And I'm going to have to say it has to be either the drugs in the food or the food altogether. I saw this little boy. He had to have been at least 18 years old, okay, pushing his lawnmower. And I said, what's that girl pushing that lawnmower for? And then I was driving past and he looked at me and I looked at him. I said, oh, that's a boy? I was like, that's a boy with a butt like that? Immediately I said to myself, what's going on with our society where I can look at the back of a guy and I can't tell if that's a girl or not. I look at him and I'm thinking that's a girl. So I'm saying it's got to be something in the food. It has to be something in the food because there's no way I should look at the back of a teenager, an older teenager like that, and confuse him with a female. So this is where you need to measure yourself from. I'm still not going to say men should measure their hips. I'm not going to go ahead and get on that train yet. Maybe I'm going to be a little stubborn on that, but I'm still going to say for men, you have to do your arms, your chest, and your waist because men tend to collect, believe it or not, ladies, and this is true, even though women have estrogen, men tend to collect a lot of love handles easily than they can a stomach. For women, when we collect weight, it will come into the front. With men, their weight collects on the side. Okay, collect on the side. So you still want to measure that section there. Okay. All right. Now, there we go. The next one. Oh, we about finished, guys. Wow, this went by fast, huh? Keep a journal. Keep a journal. Guys and girls, keeping a journal is probably the best thing you can ever do. Not only will you be able to reflect back on what worked and what your mindset was and what you ate, but it actually keeps you on step. Now, here's the thing. I want to give you guys some help on if you want to log in your your calorie intake, how much protein you had, carbs, sugar, fats. You want to use things like Fit Day. I use Fit. Let me see. Did I wrote that down? Hold on a second. I wrote that down. Okay. Because I have been using Fit Day since 2007. And I logged on it for the first time in years last fall. And I just smiled from ear to ear looking at my old program that's still on their site. So I'm going to always promote Fit Day because, one, they don't get rid of your profile no matter how long you've been gone. Okay. So fitday.com is where you can log your weight loss, your eating regimen. You can log in the foods you've been eating, and also anything like the exercise you partaked in, so it can tell you how many calories you burned off that day. Another one you can use is MyFitnessPal, which is, everybody seems to love that, myfitnesspal.com. I don't use MyFitnessPal, but I'm not against it because actually all my clients love that website. So apparently there's something to it. So fitday.com or myfitnesspal.com is where you can log all those things. But to me, I like to write and write in a journal, because what you're doing is you're actually connecting your mind to your hand to also watch the paper in which you are writing your goals on. You're activating your visual senses, your pen, which is actually, in order for you to come up with the word to write, you have to stimulate it in your head. And for some reason, there is a lecture by a scientist on why writing down things are 10, 20, 40, 50 times more effective than typing it on a computer. Okay. So in my journal, all right, this is what I do. I note the time I woke up, and then I note what I had, which is usually water, regular water. I don't do the lemon water. I don't have to. I love water, so I do the water. And then I go to the bathroom, and then basically I am, of course, checking my email to see if any fires I need to put out. And then I get ready for my cardio. So I write all that down. And when I'm on my cardio machine, when I'm on my whether I go to the gym or if I'm on the treadmill, I'm beginning to think about the things I have to do throughout the day. I also write my mood. How do you feel? Your stomach hurt? Do you find your stomach feel empty? Do you feel energetic? Do you feel lethargic? Do you feel sluggish? You have a headache? What's going on? You need to write that down as well. And you write down your food in this journal. So your food plan is separate from your journal. You have your food plan pre-written or pre-typed out on your computer, and you print it out or you have it on your phone. But you write down that what you actually have ate from that meal plan and the time. It's very important that you do that. And also, like, if your mood changed throughout the day, that's also important too, because if you are high stress and you notice that you were eating more during that time, you understand that there's a correlation there. There's a connection there. You know, saying you were stressed, but you were eating, and that's a result of the stress. So therefore, you have to find out a way of not becoming so stressed, because that's a trigger for you of eating. So therefore, you're able to look at your life through your own words that you've written down in your journal. So therefore, this also keeps you accountable. If you also want to, you can have a journal online that you can transcribe from your book online, and you can share it with your accountability partner. Okay. So I would write everything down in your journal. It's okay if you don't write in it every day. I also have to say this. It's okay if you don't write in your journal every day. You don't have to, but you have to. Here's my rule. You should write in it at least 3 to 4 times a week, and that's being generous. Me, I write in it every day, except I may miss one day out of the week, because that one day is so busy. I I don't have the time to do it. And then I don't even try to pretend to remember what happened the day before. I just pick up where I left off. So say for instance, I wrote in my journal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then all of a sudden everything just went haywire on Thursday. Okay. Then I write again on Friday. Well, I just forget Thursday. I just don't even write anything for Thursday. I just keep that blank and just keep it moving with Friday, Saturday, and I keep going. You can do similar things. Okay. So that's that. And basically those are actually the things you just need to know when it comes to weight loss tricks and tips when you just keep all that together. Once again, let's go over this and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I don't know if I will do another one next Sunday. I'm not sure, but I got to work on it. I have a video I'm supposed to work on for this channel that I was supposed to upload last week, but I just didn't do it because I didn't have the time. So I'll probably find some time to do it this week and upload it. Okay, so here we go. Let's go over that. Accountability partner. Okay. Find accountability partner or I forgot to say this to you all earlier. Join an accountability group. Okay. But there has to have an initiative in there, and it has to be somebody who can actually, there's a punishable too, because, for me, one of the things that keep me accountable, which I'm really good at keeping my own self accountable. I must say I have a lot of self-discipline. But I don't like to be bugged. What I mean by that is I don't like people bugging me. You know what I'm saying? That is like fingernails on a chalkboard. Okay. When somebody go, like say for instance, I promised an accountability partner, a partner or someone this month that I'm going to lose 5 pounds. And instead, I end up gaining 2 extra pounds. Okay, so then they realize that, all right, I failed in my plan. So then the following month, they're bugging me. Dr. Keeler, what did you eat this morning? You didn't eat now. What did you eat? Oh, are you not having any of that Pizza Hut, are you? Oh, did you really work out? Oh, did you work out? And they keep bugging me to see if I went to the gym or I got on the treadmill or if I ate like I'm supposed to eat. See, that's my punishment. See, the people in my life know I hate being bugged and bothered and pestered. I can't stand that. That's like going to a private hell, honey. You want to pester me is torture. And so if I let down my accountability partner or group, that is the punishment for me. But why that probably don't even bother other people. They probably like to be pestered. I don't like it. So you have to understand what is it that you like and what is it that you don't like. Come up with good punishments when you fall short and you actually cheat yourself. This is just what I say. You got to be aware of yourself. Know thyself. Okay. So accountability partner, make a meal plan and stick to it. Make a realistic meal plan. If you're going to go keto, definitely go keto. If you're going to go paleo, you're going to go paleo. Stay with it. Vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever you're going to do, stick with it, but write it out. Now, this is different than your journal. Your meal plan is something that you can type on your computer and you can print out, but that's going to be totally different than your journal. All right, the next one is create a fitness schedule. What did I tell you? I want you all to, I forgot to tell you how many days a week. Minimum 30 minutes, okay? Minimum 3 days. Oh my God, that's so doable. That is so doable. There's no excuse for you all to be able to do something that easy. Get off your booty and stop watching all the stuff on computer and go walk. Go do something. Go chase something on streets or something. Do something. Just move your feet. Okay? 30 minutes 3 times. This is for beginners, though. This is for beginners. 3 days a week, for a minimum of 30 minutes is nothing. Is nothing. So that is a must for your fitness schedule. Then you're moving up to 45 minutes to an hour, no more than an hour. And if you decide that you love working out and you want to do more than 3 days, then do it you could do it Monday through Friday or 5 days a week and have 2 days off. Now, I must be honest. I don't do 2 days off, but I'm not a beginner. I do 1 day off. I have a 1 day off plan where, did I talk about cheat meals? I didn't talk about a cheat meal. Sorry. I got to say something else too. If you do a keto diet, okay, you have to do a cheat meal, not a cheat day. If you're the kind of person who love meat, but you're going to do a vegan diet, then you can do a junk food vegan meal. Okay? I want you to live life, and it's okay, especially if you're on the keto diet. And did you hear what I said? I didn't say cheat day. You all don't know how to do a cheat day. No. No. I am against cheat days. A cheat meal. A cheat meal. That one meal means you can have anything you want. Okay? And then you go back to eating sensibly. So if you're doing a paleo, that one meal can be anything you want that's full of carbs. But that's one meal a month after you have been religiously sticking to your meal plan for 2 weeks. That's another thing too. Maybe this is too advanced for beginners, but I'm going to say it anyway because I put it out there, so I might as well go ahead and own it. So here's what you do with your meal plan. No matter what meal plan you start, no matter what meal plan you have, you're going to stick with that meal plan for 2 weeks, and then the following week, you include a cheat meal. Let me say that one more time. When you choose a meal plan, no matter what that meal plan is, I'm against the carnivore. That's just crazy. That's stupid. I'm against it. You're going to do 2 weeks of that meal plan. And then the third week, that's when you include a day that you're going to have your meal, that cheat meal. Your cheat meal can be anything you want. Anything you want. It's just a meal. There is no day. Okay? So you have that 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes workout 3 times a day, 3 times a week. But I'm at the advanced level, so I work out an hour. Actually I take off on Sunday. I didn't work out today. Is today Sunday? Yes, today. I'm losing my mind. I'm apologizing. I just had a moment there. I apologize. Yeah, today is Sunday. I didn't work out today. So, today is my off day. So, so today is a day, but Monday through Saturday, I work out. And then I have my cheat meal on Saturday morning. Okay. Even though it's my intermittent fasting, I break my intermittent fasting. When I get up, I have me a nice big stack of homemade wheat pancakes. I love pancakes, and I have them. It was so delicious too. Oh my God, delicious. So that's how it is. There's so much in my head, guys. I'm sorry. I have like so many encyclopedias in my head. I forget to mention that. Okay, so the next one is to create a fitness schedule. Body Progress measuring tools. Get the measuring tape first and the scale second. Okay, measuring tape first, scale second, because the measuring tape is easy. They're 99 cents on eBay. I saw them because I bought me another one because I lost the other one when I was traveling. So go on eBay, get yourself a nice measuring tapes. As a matter of fact, I probably will put a link in the description down below so you guys can probably go and find your measuring tape. Also, get your scale, and then remember, clothes, scale, and your measuring tape. Measure for men, measure your arms and your chest. For women, you're gonna measure your arms, your chest, your belly, and then them hips and thighs. Don't forget the hips and thighs, honey. Okay, you got to do that. And last but not least, keep a journal. Write it down. Look it over. have somebody else write it down and look it over as well. Okay. All right, beloved. I think that is all. Wow. That was an hour and 38 minutes, but that was an hour and 38 minutes of information that I hope you enjoy. Remember, if you would like to buy my book, let me get to that right now. Look, where is that? There we go. If you would like to buy my Weight Loss for Life book, it's available and on the description link below. I would appreciate that. And otherwise, by the way, we're gonna have some Q&As when I finish doing more of these information. So please, but right now I'm kind of pressed for time. But expect more live streams to come up as well as individual videos. So, beloved, thank you all so much for tuning in to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stream we have. I hope you all learned a lot. Please share this video with others, give it a thumbs up, but also, write it down and bookmark it or favorite and come back and write it down to see if you're following back. Okay. Of course, I'm back. I'm glad to be back as well. Miss Britton, I'm so happy to provide this service, but I'm helping you because I'm also helping myself as well. Okay. All right. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Peace and blessings.